Hi, good afternoon. I hope you all enjoyed your lunch. And I want to start telling you a story. I don't know, about 5-6 years ago, my daughter, oh no, probably a little bit longer, but my daughter was going to go from primary to high school and she needed to find a suitable school. And we had seen a couple. And this one, the one she really wanted, was an international school with a lot of foreign as well as Dutch kids. And we went into the room and the headmaster asked her where she came from, and then she started saying, well, I was born in Utrecht, my father is Hungarian, my mother is born in Venezuela, but her parents are Dutch, and her grandmother was born in Indonesia. And you could see the face of the headmaster wondering what was going on. So he looked at me and he said, oh my God, I am confused. Where do you come from? So I said, I was born in Venezuela and my parents are Dutch. And then he said, no, I just want to know, where do you live? So we started, of course, all laughing. But he needed to know where my daughter was living to see if she took part of the considerations of the school to be admitted. Today we're going to talk exactly about that, about how biases have an impact on our lives, even without not knowing. Because if you go back to this story, you can see there were 3 people, 3 stories, 3 perspectives, and 3 ways of seeing the same thing that was happening. So what you can see is that bias is a thing that seeps through our day-to-day situations. Bias is a result of skipping some steps in an observation process, and then, as a result, you have an own perception, an own situation, and an own idea, all looking at the same situation. Did you know that the primordial function of a bias is to keep us safe? Yeah, yes. Because a bias is only a way of looking at a situation, and then we decide where we're standing and what is happening, and then we decide what is the reaction we're giving to it. But always from the point of view, how safe am I in this situation? How do I have to react to be safe and keep moving? To create a bias that helps you, there are so many things happening in the world and we keep functioning without looking. But to determine what a bias is, you really need to follow 3 steps. Very simple. One is beliefs and attitudes. Ask yourself, I need myself to remind myself, in my case, that I have Dutch beliefs that are, in my case, mixed with Venezuelan and Armenian because of all the countries I lived. So my world, when my headmaster is asking me where do you come from, I'm already traducing it from my point of view. Where do I come from? Not where do I live in this case. Then you have knowledge and skills. Are you defined by your you are defined by your environment, where you live, what you learn, and therefore, when you want to connect to people, you need to ask yourself, where am I standing from and where is the other person coming from? Because only at that point you can find this meeting space where you can connect. And the last step of looking at the bias is be willing to be open up and listen to others before you start reacting.